Hello, F2 fan 5000 here, talking about FIA Formula 3 in Imola. Santiago Ramos has been off the pace since the opening race, the sprint race in Melbourne, and now he's put it on pole, claimed a feature race win. In between, he's been no points, slow, no pace. So this is what I mean about Formula 3. You cannot predict from race weekend to race weekend. And going into the weekend, Rafael Camara was the favourite. However, something happened to him in the feature race. His long run pace was a little bit missing. First, he got passed by Ramos, who was absolutely rapid this weekend. And then in the dying stages of the race, Noah Stromstead has been chasing down Ramos and got past Camara after Rafael made a mistake coming out of Aqua Minerale. Now, I have to say I'm very impressed with Noah Stromstead. He's young, he's inexperienced compared to Camara, and he's putting in great performances already. He's far, far ahead of where Charlie Wirtz is. It's not funny. You cannot make a comparison between the two, even though Wirtz is also older, more experienced than Stromstead. So to me, Stromstead is starting to turn the tide and look like the most impressive driver this year. But obviously, as I said, Formula 3 changes all the time, and next week we'll have a completely different pecking order. Every week the pecking order changes. You cannot predict anything in this championship, and a circuit like Imola, where it's supposedly very difficult to overtake, well, there's just been overtakes aplenty, especially in the second half of the race. Uh, I want to focus now for the sprint race, not too dramatic. Very good result for MP Motorsport, and Tim Tramnett's just being very consistent, maximising his opportunities, and a very good result for Bruno Del Pino, 12th, which was converted to sprint race pole. He's made that a podium. So the pecking order after qualifying and then the races are two different things. So some of the drivers that qualified well, the Roden Motorsport team, Louis Sharp, Prema with Uga Chukwu, with Noel Leon, and then in the race, these three drivers have had no pace whatsoever. They've been backsliding, and Prema, I have absolutely no idea what's going on at that team. They look absolutely dreadful. After 3 out of 10 rounds, so 30% of the season gone, they've barely got any points on the board. Brando Badawa, who finished in the top 5 of Freck last year, top 5 in Formula Regional European, and here he is at the back. He's 30th in the championship. I can't believe it. In this weekend, he had all the pace in the start of qualifying, and the race sessions went on. They just had no pace whatsoever. As I said, Okachukwu and Noel Leon starting in the top 10, looking strong at the start, and then throughout the race they're just getting past car after car. Noel Leon retired at the end. I think they both got a couple of little points from the sprint race. Some serious tyre deck issues over there at Prema. Tuka Tarpanen is someone we have to talk about. He's not been overly impressive, but what's been impressive is his consistency at getting fairly good results, like 4th and 5th, week in, week out, and scoring points, where his two teammates, James Wharton, who I remind you finished 2nd last year in Frecker, I mean, the Formula Regional Vice Champions, and now 0 points, and Lawrence Van Hoopen, experienced driver, very few points, but he came back through the field, so he qualified 17th, came through to 10th place. Dams, Lucas Oil, that team was nowhere this weekend. Christian Ho qualified 4th in Bahrain, and now he's back at the back again. Zagazeta, no pace. Lacorte, I don't need to tell you about Lacorte. Just disaster. But again, remember last time out, Christian Ho was fast. So that's what I mean. Like one week up you're here, next week you're down. Tailfield now, right? Strong driver, Spanish F4 champion in 2023. Start after Melbourne, he was second in the championship. Now he's nowhere. Where did he finish? He didn't even finish in the top 20, I don't think. It's an absolute disaster for Tailfield now. But his teammate, who's been since the opening sprint race, which he won, 0 points, and now a feature race win, a hard fought one. I don't understand this championship and how drivers who were fast last year are slow now. Not only in this championship, but from championships like Formula Regional, and drivers who you don't expect are doing well, but they take turns. The only two drivers that have four. There's four drivers that are consistently been in the points. That's Kamara, Stromstead, Tramnitz, and Tarpanen. These four drivers consistently score points. The other drivers are all over the place. Sometimes they're winning, sometimes they're last. I can't make heads or tails of it, but it's fun to watch. A very exciting feature race as some drivers were burning their tyres more than others. It's not easy to overtake in Imola. The tight battles through those fast twisty corners. Oh, it was fabulous, fabulous weekend. It's dreadful that we're going to lose this circuit. I mean, F2 and F3 were fabulous here last year, and they're fabulous here again. If the F1 race is boring, well, there are a lot of boring F1 races, but I think this year the F1 race was fun as well. But that's neither here nor there. The other driver I want to talk about, Alessandro Giusti, he had a lot of race pace, came from 13th on the grid to finish 7th in the race. That's a fantastic result for Giusti, obviously in the shadow of his more experienced teammate Tim Tramnitz. Another one of those drivers that was fast last year, Formula Regional on the podium, and this year it's been a bit of a struggle, but I think he's showing good race pace, and I feel like the qualifying sessions generally are they're not completely representative of where the drivers are, because either there's traffic or you only get one shot, or I feel the feature race is the most important, most determining factor of where drivers are. And at the moment, I would have thought Karma is the absolute. I think Karma is going to win this championship, but now I feel like Stromstead is coming back at him a little bit. Like that was a fantastic race from Stromstead. Don't underestimate that, even though he didn't win. Karma is not an easy customer to overcome, but Stromstead had him. That's a fantastic result from Noah Stromstead. As for Ramos, it's a fantastic result too. But I mean, next week he might be in Monaco. He might qualify 25th. So I have no idea about Ramos. I mean, hopefully not, but you never know with this series. AIX, I don't know. They're a joke. I don't know what they're trying to do with this driver lineup. They're yeah. I have nothing good to say about AIX at all. Stensorn. I don't know about Martinez Stensorn, of course. Where's he qualified? 16th. I mean, you'd think Stensorn would be an excellent driver, and he's come through to 11th in the race. But that's that's hopeless, really. I mean, this guy fought Andrea Kimi Antonelli for the Formula Regional title 2 years ago. Had Antonelli on the ropes, was leading the championship. Obviously, the last few races went Antonelli's way, like the second half of the year. But the thing is, where did that speed go? What's happened to Stenson? Is high tech that poor in F3? They look very quick in F2 this weekend. Yeah, I'm shocked. as we've seen, as we've seen with Alex Dunn, a change of team can do you a world of good. Exciting as always. Love F3. Love it. It's one of those. You only get 10 F3 weekends a year. They're very blessed weekends, I can say. So happy just to watch the F3 cars, the 30 drivers bashing around on track, unpredictable results, wheel to wheel racing. I just yeah, and we've got another 2 weekends. So next weekend is Monaco, but even F3 you can't pass around Monaco. But Barcelona should be good. And after Barcelona, I suppose we can have a half season report.